motion in a straight line low, the first basic concept is equations of motion. మీకు అందరికీ తెలుసు ఇవన్నీ equations of motion. Okay, where v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2as, Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half. Okay, so these are the main equations of motion which are very important to solve the problems of kinematics, dynamics, electrostatics. Even in electrostatics also this will come. Even this will come in moving charges and magnetism. These equations will come. So these are called as the pillars of your physics. Now let us see what's going to happen. So if you see this, what are the important things you'll notice in the first equation? In the first equation, if you observe, there is no displacement, there is no final velocity, there is no time here, and this is the formula which is already noted. It is used only for nth second. This formula where to apply, it's very easy to find out. 5th second, 6th second, 3rd second, 1st second, then you use this formula. So here the speciality of all the first three formulas is, first formula is used when there is no discussion of displacement in the question, and second formula is used when there is no discussion of final velocity in the question. Question lo final velocity ఇవ్వలేదు, final velocity అడగలేదు. You have to use this equation. When there is no discussion of time in the question, he is neither giving time nor asking time, then you have to use this third formula. Because I am discussing about the differences of these three formulas, because many of the students doesn't know, sir, I understood your concept, I understood everything, derivation I understood, but while solving the problems I am not able to understand that which formula I have to select properly. Further, I am giving a clue that each formula is having its own specialities. Understand? Its own specialities. That the first one I told you, and second one I told you, and third one also I told you. Next, you can just see what's going to happen. See, these formulas, when you use in the case of motion under gravity, motion under gravity. See, motion under gravity means what? When these formulas which are used in the case of horizontal motions. Horizontal means what? A car is moving on a road, a lorry is moving on a road, a bullet is hit on a tree, it stops after traveling certain distance in a tree. For that, we use all these formulas. But when a ball is dropped from a tower, when a ball is thrown upwards, when a ball is thrown upwards from a height of a tower, then for all these, for all these we use these formulas. For all these we use these formulas. Motion under gravity, vertical cases. So in these vertical cases we use these formulas here. Now just see. So when you throw a body upwards and a body is dropped downwards, what is the difference now? How these equations will change in the case of motion under gravity, that means in the vertical cases. In the vertical cases, the simple thing is, these equations we will change a little bit. What will you do now? You just convert the displacement into height, and you will just convert acceleration as plus or minus g depending upon the situation. What is that situation now? This is the ground, let us imagine. Acceleration of a body is minus g. Acceleration of a body is plus g. Okay. So when a body is moving upwards, it is going against the gravitational force. It is going upwards. We take it as minus g. When we drop a body, the body is coming towards the earth. It is falling on the earth. It is moving towards the gravitational force. then we take it as plus g. We take it as plus g. Hope you understood now. This is minus g plus g. Many students will say, sir, when to take minus, when to take plus. I have given an example that if anybody dies, like point out, ऊपर चले गया अंटाम. And population lo ముగ్గురుండే ఇంట్లో ఒకరు తగ్గిపోయా మైనస్. When somebody goes up, it's taken as minus. And ఎవరన్నా పుట్టినాడు అనుకో, దేవుడు ఇచ్చినాడు, దేవుడు ఇచ్చినాడు అని సంతోషపడి, God has given a gift for us. సంతోషపడిపోతున్నాడు. And when it falls from the top, ఇద్దరుండే ముగ్గురు అయిపోయినారు. Nobody discuss about the process. They say God has given. చనిపోయాడు అనుకో, నోబడి డిస్కస్ ద ప్రాసెస్. ఎందుకు చనిపోయినాడు? పోయినాడు, అయిపోయి టైం అయిపోయింది, పోయినాడు. ఎందుకు చనిపోయినాడు? చంపినారా, లేకపోతే ఏదైనా సైకలాజికల్గా చాలా డిప్రెషన్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయి చనిపోయినాడా? నోబడి విల్ డిస్కస్. పోయినాడంటే పోయినాడు, వచ్చినాడంటే వచ్చినాడు. ప్రాసెస్ ఎవరు చెప్పరు, ఎంత వచ్చినాడు అనేది తెలియదు. దట్ ఈస్ డిస్కస్డ్ ఇన్ బయాలజీ. రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్? సో వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిస్కస్ హియర్, A is minus G, A is plus G. So we write, that's why we write A is equal to plus or minus G here. A is equal to plus or minus G. Then what happens to the equations here? Okay, ఇవే equations ఏమైతాయి ఇక్కడ? What is going to happen to these equations now? What is these equations going to become now? It is going to become V is equal to U plus R minus GT, and H is equal to UT plus R minus half GT square. V square minus U square is equal to plus R minus 2GH. Understood what I am saying now? And this is taken as Hn is equal to U plus R minus G into N minus half. Okay, so what is the speciality of each and every formula? We'll discuss about that. So the first formula does not discuss about height. Second formula does not discuss about final velocity. Third formula does not discuss about time. And this is the formula for nth second. What is the distance traveled in 5th second, 4th second, 3rd second? So these are the specialities of these formulas. So important, so easy to understand. We will solve the problems of JEE Mains today, and also problems of NEET will be solved by you in the last half an hour. Let us discuss how to solve the problems now. The very important thing is, the first thing, the basic thing is, what is called as time of ascent. What is called as time of ascent, which is given as TA. Okay, so what should be your approach while solving the problems? You know, the most creative chapter in physics is kinematics. Most creative. ప్రతి ప్రాబ్లంలో ఒక క్రియేషన్ ఉంటుంది. If you understand the approach, how to approach towards the problem, it's very easy. See, physics is nothing but whatever you do in the daily activities. For example, I have thrown a ball from the ground, and the ball will reach to certain heights. So time is taken as time of ascent. No ball. Initial velocity is in your hand, and final velocity is going to be 0 when it stops to the topmost point. Acceleration is going to be minus G as the body is going upwards. This is the data which is with us. Common sense. No by hearting here. If you throw a ball, every day every boy is throwing a ball. He is playing in the ground. He will throw the ball and hold it like this. While in cricket or football or whatever may be the game, ball is there, you will throw. See, everything is whatever we do every day. So when you throw a ball upwards, what is in your hand? Initial velocity is in your hand. When the body stops, final velocity is going to be 0. You are throwing a body against the gravity, so minus G. Time taken by a ball to reach the maximum height is said to be time of ascent. Ascent. Okay. Descent means coming down. So this is the formula which is used here. So what is the general formula we are going to use? S is equal to, what is this formula here we are using? See, what is not discussed in this situation? Can you tell me? There is no discussion of displacement, which is nothing but height in the case of vertical case. Whenever we consider vertical cases, we call it as height. నీ displacement ఎంత అని అడుగుతామా? నీ height ఎంత అడుగుతాం? Because it's a vertical case. What is the height of Mount Everest? We call my house is 10-storied building. It is a height of 50 meters. The displacement of my house is 50 meters. Nobody will say. My displacement is 6 feet. Nobody will say. It's the case of vertical. We call it as a height here now. So displacement, which is going to be height in the case of vertical, motion under gravity, we call it as a height. So A is equal to minus G, T is equal to TA, U is going to be the initial velocity which is in your hand. So the formula which we have to use here, which will support this situation, can you tell me what is that formula? Where there is no discussion of displacement height, can you tell me what is that formula? V is equal to U plus AT. This is going to be the general formula. Here final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is in your hand and acceleration is minus G and time is going to be time of ascent. Okay. So this is the data we are using here. This is the data we are using here. Okay. This is the data we are using here. Now, so what's going to happen? Let us see here one by one. So if you substitute all these, this is going to be 0. U నా చేతిలోనే ఉంది. ఎంత స్పీడ్ తో త్రో చేయాలా? నేను త్రో చేసిన బాల్ ఫస్ట్ ఫ్లోర్ ఉన్న నా ఫ్రెండ్ దగ్గరికి పోవాలనా, లేకపోతే సెకండ్ ఫ్లోర్ నిలబడిన నా ఫ్రెండ్ దగ్గరికి పోవాలనా, లేదా ఫోర్త్ ఫ్లోర్ లో ఉన్న వాడికి నేను క్యాచ్ చేయాలనా? బాల్ వాని దగ్గర ఇప్పించుకొని గ్రౌండ్ కి పోయి ఆడుకున్న వానికి రిటర్న్ ఇవ్వాలా, వాడు ఫోర్త్ ఫ్లోర్ లో ఉన్నాడు, నా చేతిలో ఉంది. ఎంత స్పీడ్ గా త్రో చేస్తే అది ఫోర్త్ ఫ్లోర్ పోతుంది అనేది నా చేతిలో ఉంది. ఇనిషియల్ velocity is in my hand. Understood what I'm saying now? So that's going to happen now. So what's going to happen now? 0 is equal to U, A is equal to minus G, T is equal to TA, time of ascent. So this is going to be GTA, which is equal to U. TA is equal to U by G. So I got the formula for time of ascent, which is going to be U by G now. Which is going to be U by G now. So this is going to be the formula for time of ascent. So simple and easy. See, if you understand this concept, you can solve the problems in a super simple way. Try to remember, these days are very important for you. From first day onwards, if you are serious, then it will be very easy for you when solving at the last 4 months. If you are not serious, it is injurious. Your story will become mysterious. It's very injurious, I am saying. టైం పాస్ చేసుకుంటా ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని నాకు ఇరిటేట్ చేసినాం అనుకో, నేను ఎంతో పెయిన్తో వస్తా. ఈ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ నా రక్తం, ఇది నేను సంపాదించిన మొత్తం సంపాదన, ఇది నేను చాలా ప్రాణంతో చెప్పాలనిపిస్తుంది నాకు. ఈరోజు క్లాస్ ఎంత సీరియస్గా ఒక్కొక్క విషయం పాయింట్ టు పాయింట్ ఒక పిల్లోడి మైండ్లో కాదు హార్ట్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోవాలి సబ్జెక్ట్. అంత పెయిన్ తీసుకుని వస్తాను నేను. నువ్వు జోక్ వేసుకుంటా టైం పాస్ చేసుకుంటా అన్నావు అనుకో, నాకు అర్థమైపోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే రౌడీజంలో చిల్లరిజంలో చాలా టాప్ మోస్ట్ వెనుకలా నేను, కొట్టడంలో కూడా 20 years కాదు 20 years అయిపోయింది జిమ్ మానేసింది. ఫిట్నెస్ తగ్గిపోయింది. నేను చాలా హార్డ్ వర్క్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది ఫ్యూచర్లో, మీకు అందరికీ చాలా సబ్జెక్ట్ ఇవ్వాల్సి వస్తుందని మళ్ళీ ఫిట్నెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. 1 week అయింది, ఒక్క పుషప్ కూడా రావట్లే. 100 push-ups కొడుతున్నాను. కానీ మీకోసం ఫిట్నెస్ చాలా అవసరం. ఇప్పుడు 10 గంటలు పని చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది నాకు రాబోయే 2-3 monthsలో. కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేసిన జిమ్, మళ్ళీ ఫిట్నెస్ తీసుకొస్తాం, మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. అర్థమైందా? సో అంత సీరియస్గా వచ్చినప్పుడు నువ్వు జోక్ వేస్తే ఎక్కడ యారం మండుతుందో నీకు అర్థమైపోయి ఉంటుంది నాకు. ఓకేనా? సో నాట్ జస్ట్ హియర్. సో ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్ maximum height. Okay, so what is the maximum height here? If you throw a body from the bottommost point, how to find out the maximum height? Okay, so enta maximum height to body paiki veltundi. What is the topmost point? When you throw a body, what are the things which are in your hand? Nee chetulo emem unnai? What is in your hand? Initial velocity is in your hand. When you throw a body, the final velocity is going to be 0. A is equal to minus G and H is going to be H maximum. Up to where it stops, nu throw cheste ekkada varaku poyedi agipoyindo, that is going to be the maximum height. You have to find out the maximum height now. See, here there is no discussion of what. See here, your friend is 10 meters height. and initial velocity you are deciding to throw upwards so that it stops there in the 50th, I mean 10 meters దగ్గర ఆగాలి. అది కొంచెం మీకు ఐడియా వస్తుంది ఎంత స్పీడ్ తో త్రో చేస్తే 10 meters దగ్గర ఆగుతుంది అనేది మైండ్ లో ఒక ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది ఆల్రెడీ, బికాస్ యు ఆర్ వెరీ హైలీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఇన్ థ్రోయింగ్ ద బాల్, రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్? So that is in your hand now. Initial velocity is in your hand. Final velocity is 0. A is equal to minus g. H is equal to h maximum. What is the formula we have to select? ఇప్పుడు ఫార్ములా సెలెక్ట్ చేయడం అర్థమైందండి. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ టు సెలెక్ట్ ద ఫార్ములాస్ when you are solving the problems. Can you tell me what is the formula we have to use now? Here there is no discussion of height and displacement. Sorry, I'm really sorry. So there is no discussion of time here. Am I right or not? There is no discussion of time here. What is the formula you're going to select? Can you tell me? Yes. V square minus u square is equal to 2s. This is the formula you have to select. And here final velocity is going to be 0. Initial velocity is in your hand. And A is equal to minus g. S is equal to h, which is nothing but h maximum. So what is the maximum height here? Just maximum height. Let us see what's going to happen now. 0 square minus u square is equal to minus 2g h max. So what is going to happen here? You will just observe that minus and minus gets cancelled. H maximum is equal to u square by 2g. U square by 2g. Then here, if you observe u square by 2g, then what's going to happen? I am throwing a body with the initial velocity of 10 meters per second. This much data I will give, that's it. And I am asking to find out what is h maximum and what is time of ascent. What is h maximum and what is time of ascent? I am asking h maximum and time of ascent. I have just given that I am throwing a ball upwards with an initial velocity of 10 meters per second. Okay? Then what is going to be the maximum height and time of ascent? It's very simple. It is nothing but u by g, and this is u square by 2g. U by g is 10 by 10, which is nothing but 1 second. This is 10 into 10 by 2 into 10, which is nothing but 5 meters. So maximum height reached by a body is 5 meters. Time of ascent is going to be 1 second. Okay. Now, see here. So this is going to be the simple problem. Level 1 problem. This type of 1 or 2 problems are very neat. But JMS, no problem is that simple here now. So we have discussed about maximum height. We have discussed about time of ascent. We will discuss about now time of descent. Time of descent, which is given by a letter STD. Okay. So what is the time of descent? When you drop a ball with an initial velocity, the ball comes down and falls on the ground. Acceleration is going to be plus g, and the height with which you are going to drop the ball is called as maximum height. Understood? You drop a ball from certain height, the ball will reach the ground. The ball will reach the ground. It strikes the ground, and acceleration is plus g here because it is coming downwards. It is plus g. Then you have to find out time of ascent. So how do you find out time of ascent? T is equal to, time of descent. Coming downwards means time of descent here. How do you find out time of descent? See, I will give one logical explanation so that it is very easy to understand for you that you don't have final velocity in your hand. There is no discussion of final velocity in this case when you drop a body. I will give one beautiful example. This type of mischievous things are done by us when we are small children. We are in the second floor of our house. Some friend is going downwards to the school. I will take one small stone and drop on him. It will fall on his head. How much pain it is going to create, I don't know. But that fellow says, Yana Korkura. This type of words will come. కొంచెం లావ్ రాయిస్ తీసుకున్నాను అమ్మ కంతి ఎవరా కంతి we call it as. If you drop this from the 4th floor, this much size, పడితేనే చిచ్చు కూడా రాదానికి అమ్మా అంటారు. పెయిన్ ఎక్కువైంది. పెయిన్ ఎక్కువైతే శత్రువు గుర్తురావు. క్లోజ్ పీపుల్ విల్ కమ్ ఇన్ టు ఇంకా ఇంకా చచ్చేంత ఇంత పెద్ద ఇటు రాసిన అనుకో, భగవంతుడా అల్లా అంటాం. ఇక ఫైనల్ స్టేజ్ చచ్చేటప్పుడు అంతే కదా. సో సో ఇంపార్టెన్స్ విల్ ఇంక్రీజ్, ద పెయిన్ విల్ ఇంక్రీజ్. ఆర్ నాట్? పెయిన్ ఈజ్ మోర్. The one who can bear more pain is more successful. You have to enjoy the pain. You have to love the pain. Understand? The one who can bear more pain, the one who can enjoy the more pain, he is going to be successful here. So time of descent, what is the meaning of time of descent? When you drop a body, see here, there is no discussion of final velocity. Final velocity గురించి కింద కింద నిలబడిన పిల్లోనికి తెలుసు. ఎవరికైతే దెబ్బ తగులుతుందో వాన్ తెలుసు ఫైనల్ వెలాసిటీ ఎంత. డ్రాప్ చేసేటోనికి అర్థం కాదు పెయిన్ అనేది. The one who on which it falls, he knows it, isn't it? So what is going to happen here? S is equal to ut plus half at square is going to the formula, because there is no discussion of final velocity here. S is going to be h maximum. So what are the data given to us? What are the data with us? Let us see here now. S is going to be h maximum. U is going to be 0 because you are dropping, and A is going to be plus G, and T is going to be TD. Okay, T is going to be TD. Understood or not? T is going to be TD. So these things, if you substitute, you're getting how much? H maximum is 0 plus half G TD square. Getting the height. Now, once you get this height, what's going to happen? Let us see. Once you get this height, you already know one more height, which is called as u square by 2g. And this, if you consider as equation number 1, this if you consider as equation number 2 here, if it is 1 equal to 2, if you compare these two, then how much you'll get? Half g td square is equal to u square by 2g. Understand? So 2 gets cancelled. Td square is equal to u square by g square. This implies that Td is equal to u by g. Td is equal to u by g. What do you understand from this? It is understood that time of ascent is equal to time of descent, which is equal to u by g, because we have discussed that time of ascent is also u by g. And we have got that time of descent also u by g only. Then if it is u by g, then what is the time of flight? Time of flight means what? It goes up and it comes down. So it's going up and coming down. Time of ascent, and this is time of descent. So what is the meaning of time of flight? So time of flight, which is given by letter capital T. Time of flight, the definition is the time taken by a body to remain in air before striking the ground, or the time gap between the body projected up and the body returning to the same position is called as time of flight. The time taken by a body to remain in air before touching, before throwing and after touching, that is called as time of flight, which is nothing but the combination of Ta plus Td. So which is u by g plus u by g. Therefore this is going to be 2u by g. So we got the formula for time of flight also. Understood? So if you get the formula of time of flight, then what is the formula for initial velocity, and what is the formula for final velocity here? And how do you solve the problems of based on this? What are the things we need to discuss about initial velocity and final velocity? At a time we shall discuss here now. You can just see here, final velocity means when you drop a body from certain height, it strikes the ground. Okay, and you have to find out what is the final velocity before striking the ground. What is the final velocity before striking the ground? When you throw a body, it goes and stops there. So with how much speed you have projected a body upwards, with how much velocity you have projected a body upwards, you have to find out u, you have to find out v, both. So in the previous case, you understood that both how much time it takes to reach the maximum height, the same time it takes to reach the ground. That's why both have same formulas. So here, with how much speed you throw a body upwards, with the same speed it strikes the ground. Both are same. With how much speed you throw a body, with the same speed it strikes the ground. With how much speed you throw a body from your hand, with the same speed it strikes the hand if a hand position is not changing. Understood? So that is called as initial and final velocity. How do you find out this one? So in all the cases, it is understood that A is equal to minus G here, and it is understood that A is equal to plus G here. And the formula we are going to use is the formula where there is no discussion of time. There is no discussion of time here. Is asking final velocity, initial velocity, that's it. So we use the formula V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. And we use the formula V square minus U square is equal to minus 2, sorry, first let us write the general formula 2AS. And we will modify that formula now. How do you modify this formula here? See, if you drop a body, then it is in your hand, its initial velocity is going to be 0 and its acceleration is plus G and S is equal to H, that's it. So we write V square is equal to plus 2GH. So V is equal to square root of 2GH is going to be your formula. So this is the formula with which the ball will strike the ground or the stone will strike the ground when you drop it from the topmost point. What is going to be the initial velocity when you throw upwards? Let us see here. So final velocity is going to be 0. Initial velocity is in your hand and the body goes upwards means it is going to be minus 2GH as it has reached the maximum height H. So now what do you understand from this? Here minus minus gets cancelled. Here minus and minus gets cancelled here. Then what is left? U square is left. So U square is equal to 2GH. U is equal to under root of 2GH. So it is understood from this that what is that? Initial velocity and final velocity at the same position is going to be same, that is going to be 2GH. Hope you understood now. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now let us see what's going to happen now. The next thing is you have taken one tower having certain height. You have taken one tower having certain height. So when you throw a body upwards, it strikes the ground. When you throw a body upwards, it goes up and strikes the ground. Understood? Now, as you are crossing this height and throwing a body with certain velocity upwards, and when you are throwing, acceleration is going to be minus G. So ఈ height దాటిన తర్వాత ఇసిరేస్తున్నావు కదా, ఆ height ని తీసేయాలి. This much height has been subtracted. If you are throwing a body from the ground, then we write H is equal to ut minus half gt square. But here in this case, you are throwing a body after crossing certain height, means this height should be removed, so minus h. And this is going to be ut minus half gt square. This is the formula used when you throw a body after certain height upwards with initial velocity u. A is going to be minus g. Use this formula. Okay. So what is the formula actually? S is equal to ut plus half at square is going to be the general formula. So this is going to be your general formula. So in this general formula, as you are crossing after certain height, we write this as minus h. Okay. So u is going to be same because it is in your hand now. So what is else here? Acceleration is going to be minus g. That's it. Time is not going to change. These are the changes we are going to maintain here. This is correct symbol. Okay, not V. Initial velocity in your hand. So all these changes should be getting this equation. Now minus if you send inside, it is going to be minus ut plus half gt square. So the final formula getting is how much? What is going to be the final formula here? Let us see. The final formula getting is h is equal to first half gt square minus ut. So this is the formula getting now. Hope you are understanding. Okay. Let us solve one single problem. One simple problem which was asked in JEE Mains, which was asked in NEET, It's a very important problem. Whatever the data I have given till now, that data is sufficient to solve that problem. Let us see what is that problem now. See here. There was a tower. Try to understand the problem. I'm not going to write the problem. Just try to understand with whatever I am explaining. There was a tower. Now, the first thing is a ball was thrown upwards. Then the ball will strike down. You are throwing a ball with initial velocity u upwards. This is the first situation where time taken is t1. Where time taken is t1. And the second situation is, this is the first ball and the second ball. Let us take some different color here. Second thing is the same ball from the same height. You are throwing it downwards. It strikes the ground. It strikes the ground. With whatever the velocity you are throwing upward, with the same velocity you are throwing downwards. That means it goes very fast. It goes very fast. Then what's going to happen now? Let the time taken is t2. Now, if when you throw upwards with the same speed, when you throw downwards with the same speed, with the same height, then times are t1 and t2. Then from the same tower, ఏందంతా పాటే తీసుకుందా అంటే మనమే తీసుకుంది. See here. So from the same tower of same height, this is the third situation where you are just dropping a ball with initial velocity 0 and it strikes the ground. It strikes the ground with time t. Try to understand now. From certain height, throwing upward with same speed, from the same height, throwing the body downwards, and from the same height, dropping the body. Different times. And if you throw a body upwards, it will take 8 seconds. If you throw a body downwards, it takes 2 seconds. Very fast it reaches. Then what is the time taken when you just drop? You know the shortcut formula is very simple. Square root of t1 t2, which is 8 into 2, which is 16. Answer is 4 seconds. This is a shortcut formula for that. Then what is the concept behind this? That's very important. What is the concept behind this, which is very important now? Try to understand the concept now. Okay, so try to understand the concept behind this problem. See, the first case is h is equal to what was it? Minus ut plus half gt1 square, where you are going to throw a body upwards with initial velocity u. Why I have taken minus? Because this equation I have considered. I have taken this equation. Understood? I have taken this equation, which is coming from this equation. I have taken this equation now. The first situation, time taken is t1. This is the first one. Now, second situation, when you throw a body, then what will take now? H is equal to ut2 plus half gt2 square. Am I right or not? Here there is minus, here there is no minus. This is the second situation. What is the third situation when you drop a body? H is equal to ut plus half gt square, where initial velocity is 0, h is going to be half gt square. That's it. So this is the data with us, where first equation, second equation, third equation, these are going to be equations here. Now let us take these equations and try to solve the problem. In the week. ఏమి డయాగ్రామే వెళ్ళిపోయినా డయాగ్రామ్స్ వేసింటే ఆయన హాయ్ డయాగ్రామ్స్ హాయ్ ఇట్లే కదా. ఓకే. So this is the data which is present with us. By using this data, how can we solve the problem now? So first is minus, second is plus here. Now, here T1 is there. First equation you multiply with T2. First equation you multiply with T2. So you'll get H T2 minus U T1 T2 plus half G T1 square and T2. This is equation number 1. Okay. Now second equation you multiply with T1. Okay. So you will getting how much? I'll take different color. Second into T1. Then we getting how much? H into T1 is equal to U into T1 T2 plus half into G into T1 T2 square. This is equation number 2. This is equation number 2. Now what I am going to do? I'll just add these two. Okay, sir, ఎందుకు మల్టిప్లై చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది సార్? ఏం అవసరం సార్? Because I want the relation between T and T1 T2. అంతే కదా. T is the time taken by a body just dropped and these two are the times for different bodies. This is the easiest explanation which I am going to do. Okay, the most easiest method I am going to do here. What I am going to do, just adding them. So if I add, what happens? H into T1 plus T2 is equal to. So if you add, I think these two are getting cancelled. Am I right? This is also minus U T1 T2. This is plus. Is it okay? So these are they getting cancelled if you add them? They are getting cancelled now. So half G T1 T2 common this ikkada. So what is left now? T1 plus T2 is left. Just see if you want. Go through the equations. What I am explaining here now. Okay. Yes, half G T1 T2 common this at T1 migilindi. T1 T2 common this at T2 migilindi. Am I right? So this is getting cancelled. So what I am getting, H is equal to half G T1 T2. Am I right? But already there is one equation, H is equal to GT square. So H is equal to G. What is this? Half G T square. Let this equation is equation number 3 and this equation is equation number 4. So if you compare these equations, what are you going to get? Let us see. So as 3 is equal to 4, the final equation is, what do you understand from this? Everything is same. So T square is equal to T1 T2. T is equal to under root of T1 T2. Understood what I am saying now? Did you get the relation between H, T1 and T2? Hope you understood what I am saying now. Is it clear? So these are the equations. Okay. Let us solve the problems. Let us solve the problems now. Okay. Let us take this problem. See the first question here. A ball is thrown vertically upward with an initial velocity of how much? 150 meters per second. The ratio of velocities after 3 seconds and 5 seconds are x plus 1 by x. Then how to solve this problem? See, whatever the explanation I have given today, how much useful it is while solving the problems. You won't get idea which formula to select first of all. So now, what is not discussed in this case? Times are given. Initial velocity is given. What is not discussed? There is no discussion of displacement, which is nothing but height in the case of vertical case. In the case of vertical, it becomes height here now. What is the formula you have to select now? See, V is equal to U plus AT. Understood? Huh? Right? Okay. See, what is the velocity after 3 seconds and 5 seconds means? When a body is thrown upwards, it is not reaching to the maximum height. In between only, time t is equal to 3 seconds, ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉండొచ్చు. Time t is equal to 5 seconds, ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉండొచ్చు. Understand? He has not given the time of ascent for us. మధ్యలో దారిలో ఉన్న టైంలు ఇచ్చాడు. కాబట్టి v is equal to 0, we cannot use here. Am I right or not? We can't use. Okay. If you want to find out what is the time of ascent, time of ascent will become how much? U by G, which is 115 by 10, which is 15 seconds. Yes. Time of ascent is 15 seconds, U by G. So, 15 seconds ante we are taking only 3 and 5 seconds, which is in between. How to solve this problem now? When you use this, what is the data with us? A is equal to minus G and T is equal to TA, time of ascent. V is not 0 because it is not time of ascent. So what will do now? See, V is equal to U minus GT, 1 for the first case, and V2 is equal to U minus GT2 for the second case. If you divide these two, what are you going to get now? If you divide this one, V1 by V2 is equal to U, which is 150 minus 10 into T1. T1 is how much? 3. Directly 30 రాసుకోవచ్చా? 10 into 3, 30. 150 minus 5. T2 is how much? 5. So G is going to be 50. Am I right or not? And this ratio is given as x plus 1 by x. See how typical the problems are. In JEE mains, ఇట్లా ఇస్తాడు డైరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ ఎప్పుడు చేయడు, దేంతోనో ముడి పెడతాడు. That's why it's very important. If you know how to solve the problems of JEE mains, you will play with NEET. ఆడుకోవచ్చు మీరు. See here how it helps now. See V1 150 ఏదో మర్చిపోయినా మనం G into T, అంతేనా? Something we have forgot. What is that? ఏదో ఒకటి మర్చిపోయినట్లు అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. సరే చూద్దాం. 150 minus 30 ఎంత? is 120 by 100 కదా. X plus 1 by x, cancel 2 5s are 2 6s are. Okay, so you do cross multiplication of this. You do cross multiplication of this. 6 into x, 6x is equal to 5x plus 5. Okay, and then so 6x minus 5x is equal to 5. X equal to 5 is your answer. Hope you understood. Is it clear? The value of x is 5. Understood all of you? Is it clear? So this is the problem. Now see this problem now. A juggler throws a ball upwards. The ball will reach the topmost point. This is called as time of ascent. A juggler throws a ball vertically upwards with the same initial velocity in air. When the first ball reaches the highest position, this is the first ball. When first ball reaches the highest position, second ball he just throws the second ball. ఫస్ట్ బాల్ పైకి పోతేనే సెకండ్ బాల్ త్రో చేస్తున్నాడు. ఓకే, సో నౌ అజ్యూమింగ్ ద జగ్లర్ త్రోస్ n balls per second, త్రో చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాడు, పట్టుకుంటున్నాడు. అండర్స్టూడ్? సో జగ్లర్ త్రీ బాల్స్ వాళ్ళు కూడా ఉంటారులే, కానీ అంత అవసరమే మనకి. టూ బాల్స్ చాలు. వాడు మూడు బాల్స్ ఇస్తున్నాడు. చేసేది తక్కువ ఉంది, మ్యూజిక్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది. ఓకే, I'll show one boy in Japan who will do juggling with what is that? మనం ఏమంటుందని మీకు క్యూబ్స్ క్యా బోల్తే ఏదో క్యూబ్, సరే అంత టెక్నికల్ నాలెడ్జ్ మనకి లేదు. మూడు మూడు క్యూబ్స్ డిస్టర్బ్ అయి ఉంటాయి మొత్తం. అవి వాడు జగ్లింగ్ చేస్తూ దాన్ని అరేంజ్ చేసేస్తాడు. జగ్లింగ్ చేస్తూ ఇన్ ఎయిర్ ఓన్లీ అరేంజెస్. ఐ షో దట్ స్టంట్ ఫర్ యూ. జగ్లింగే కష్టం. Okay, now just see here how to solve this problem. See, if the time taken by the first ball to reach the maximum height is t. Okay, so here when it takes time t to reach the maximum height, in between this he has to throw some other balls also. Then how many balls he can throw? That is called as frequency, which is given by letter n. How many balls he has to throw in that time? So first of all, what is the time period? Time period is what? Time taken by one ball to reach the maximum height is taken as time period. Time period is what? Time period. A specified time where one ball it takes to reach the maximum height is small t. Then frequency. In that time t, how many balls we can throw? How many balls we can throw? It is called as frequency. Frequency is nothing but 1 by t. What is that? Frequency is nothing but 1 by t. Means what? What is the meaning of frequency? Number of balls traveling per 1 second is called as frequency. And frequency is always reciprocal of time period. Understood? So this is the formula we are getting now. This is the formula you are getting now. Okay. So what do you understand from this? From this, it is understood n is equal to 1 by t, t is equal to 1 by n, and you know t is equal to u by g also. This time represents that number of balls travel in this time period. ఈ బాల్ పైకి రీచ్ అయ్యేంత వరకు ఇంకా ఎన్ని బాల్స్ త్రో చేయగలుగుతాడు వాడు? That depends upon the talent of that boy. He can throw 4 balls, he can throw 5 balls. There are the examples where there are some people who are highly talented. Okay, so how many balls they can throw in that time, in that mean time? So there are some examples here. Okay, you can see that example also if you want. See this fellow. इस तरकीब को सीखने में मुझे अपनी जिंदगी के 10 साल लग गए. इस हिस्से के लिए ही The more balls you take, the more time it takes to practice. See, three balls. मुझसे गलती हो गई. मैंने कहा कि मुझसे गलती हो गई, लेकिन गलतियां होना ठीक है. యా ఎంత పైకి ఎక్కువ త్రో చేస్తే అన్ని ఎక్కువ బాల్స్ త్రో చేయగలుగుతారు, కిందికి అంటే టైం తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, లెస్ బాల్స్ యూ కెన్ త్రో. तुम लोग मुझे बस झुकते हुए देखो, पीछे से थोड़ा अलग नजारा दिखता है. It's very very highly difficult task. ఎక్కువసేపు చేయలేము అది. मुझे अपनी जिंदगी के 10 साल लग गए इस हिस्से. Okay, hope you understood. It's very simple. Here time is nothing but 1 by n. Here time is generally time of ascent for one ball, u by g. So what do you understand from this? Huh? Yes. So 1 by n is equal to u by g if you take. What is u now? U is equal to g by n. Okay. So the maximum number of balls adiginadu. The maximum number of balls. The maximum height the balls can reach. H adiginadu. So what is the formula for H? Yes. If this is the data present with you, then what is the formula for H here? Okay. So formula for H is equal to u square by 2g. U square is nothing but g square by n square divided by 2g, which is g gets cancelled. The answer is g by 2n. Okay. So your correct option is E option. Hope you understood. So simple it is, but highly confusing. ఇదే ప్రాబ్లం మళ్ళీ మీరు చేయకపోతే అది కొంచెం కష్టం అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇదే ప్రాబ్లం మళ్ళీ థర్డ్ టైం చేయకపోతే కొంచెం ఈజీ అనిపిస్తుంది. ఇదే ప్రాబ్లం ఫోర్త్ టైం చేయకపోతే ఇంతే. ఇది ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్. ఎక్కువ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుందంటే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ దగ్గర. ఓకే, ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ గురించి కొంచెం ఇంకా మంచి ఐడియా ఇస్తాను నేను. ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ గురించి ఒక మంచి ఐడియా ఇస్తాను. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, సీ హియర్, ఇలాంటివి చూసినారు మనం ఊర్లలో, అగ్గి పట్టుకునేది. దీన్ని మనం కొంచెం ఇట్లా వైబ్రేట్ చేసినాం అనుకో, ఇట్ స్టార్ట్స్ వైబ్రేటింగ్. ఓకే, ఇట్ స్టార్ట్స్ వైబ్రేటింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇన్ 1 second it vibrates 20 times. In 1 second it vibrates 20 times. In 1 second it vibrates 20 times. Okay, so for one vibration what is the time? For one vibration what is the time? Okay, here you write time as 1 and this is 1 by 20 seconds. Okay, 1 second is equal to 20t. 20 times kada, 20t raskuntaను. So t is equal to how much? 1 by 20. Okay, so this is the time here. Frequency means what? Frequency means number of vibrations per second. So how many vibrations it is making? 20 vibrations. So n is equal to 20. What is the time period? Time period means 1 by n, which is 1 by 20. అర్థమైందా? ఒక్క సెకండ్ లో 20 వైబ్రేషన్స్ చేస్తుంది అంటే ఒక వైబ్రేషన్ ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది? అర్థమైందా ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అంటే ఏంటో? ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ is reciprocal of time period. Time is the reciprocal of frequency. Is it understood? So this is the method you have to solve the problem. This is the method you have to solve the problem. Next, see the question. When a ball is dropped into the lake from a height of 4.9 meters, height is 4.9 meters, and the ball is dropped from a height, let us take this is the lake, in which water is present. Okay, ball is dropped. Okay, above the water. A ball is dropped into the lake from a height 4 point, మొత్తం height ఇది ఇక్కడ నుంచి. ఓకేనా? height మొత్తం 4.9. The ball has gone into the lake now. It sinks to the bottom with a constant velocity. Ball లోపలికి పోయిన తర్వాత కూడా it is going downwards with a constant velocity. V is constant. So try to understand this problem. It reaches the bottom of a lake after 4 seconds. So మొత్తం height 4.9. Time ఎంత 4 seconds means what? Just try to understand this question here. You have dropped the ball from certain height where initial velocity is going to be 0, and it falls, it strikes the top of the water with final velocity v, and this final velocity will continue because it's going to be constant. With the same velocity it strikes the ground. Hope you understood the question here. So what is the time taken if it reaches the bottom of a lake 40 seconds after it is dropped? The appropriate height of the lake ante height of the lake, e height kanukovali. So this is the height of the depth of the lake. Depth of the lake is the height from the lake, from the surface of the lake. So depth of the lake hd anukunnam idi. Okay, now what is the final velocity? How do you find out the final velocity? See, the formula for final velocity is v is equal to square root of 2gh. I have given the derivation. What was the derivation actually? The derivation was v square minus u square is equal to plus 2gh. U is 0. Initially when you are dropping it is 0. V is equal to square root of 2gh. This is going to be the height. Okay, so there is a formula, but we want how much time it has taken. What is the final velocity? Yes, final velocity means v is equal to square root of 2 into 9.8 into height and the 4.9. So 2 into 4.9 is 9.8. 9.8 into 9.8 under root gives you final velocity as 9.8 meters per second. So here the velocity is going to be how much? The velocity here is going to be how much? The velocity is 9.8 meters per second. With the same velocity it continues up to here. Here also 9.8 with the same velocity. Okay. So what is the appropriate depth of the lake? Ante e height, e depth idi kanukovali ippudu. Appropriate depth of the lake. So first of all, total time ichadu. Ee time manaki teliyadu. How much time it takes to reach the surface? If you find out by using the formula 2h by g, then it is easy to find out the remaining time. How? This formula I have told you. What is the formula? What is the formula I have used here? H is equal to ut plus half gt square. U is 0. So t 2h. This is g by g under root. T square goes to this side, becomes 2h by g. 2 into h is how much? H is how much? 9.8. 4.9. 4.9 by g is again 9.8. 2 into 4.9 is 9.8. 9.8, 9.8 gives 1. So time taken from here to here is how much? 1 second. Only 1 second. Total time is 4 seconds, means remaining time here is how much? 3 seconds. It takes 3 seconds inside the lake. It has taken only 1 second to reach the surface. Remaining 3 seconds it has taken to reach the ground. Okay, and what is asking us to find out? The appropriate depth of the lake. See, when it is going with a constant velocity, you have to find out the formula h is equal to ut plus half gt square. But లోపల constant velocity పోతుంది అంటే g ఉండదు అక్కడ. There is no acceleration. When some body goes with constant velocity, there is no acceleration or acceleration due to gravity. So this part goes, only this part is left, which is v into t. Okay, so h is equal to v is how much? 9.8 into t is how much? What is the time here? 3. So h into 3. 3 8 is 24. Means 29.4 is your answer. This is going to be your answer, fourth option. Yes, this is going to be your okay. So 29.4 is going to be your answer. Now let us go for the next problem. See this question now. A scooter accelerates from rest. Initial velocity is 0. Let the acceleration is a1, time is t1. Okay, at a constant acceleration of a1. Then brakes are applied. And it is going to stop once again here, and acceleration is minus a2 here. Deceleration case, brakes apply chesthe acceleration is become negative here, and the time taken is t2 here. What is the ratio of times t1 and t2 is asking. How do you find out that one? See, from here initial velocity, it has come to the final velocity which is taken as v here. This final velocity is going to be the initial velocity in the second case. There are two situations. This is case 1 and this is case 2. We have to solve the two situations now. Let us see how we are going to solve these two situations now. See here. So first thing is, in the first case what you will get? V is equal to u plus at, general formula. Okay, so what is u? U is 0, starts from rest another. So this is 0. Understood? So what is v? V is equal to a1 t1 in the first case. In the second case, same formula. V is equal to u plus at. In this second case, final velocity is going to be 0. And initial velocity is going to be the final velocity of the first case. That means u is going to become v. V is going to become 0. And this is a2 into t2. Okay, so a2 t2. Therefore, v in the second case is a2 t2. This is equation number 1. This is equation number 2 here. So 1 will be equal to 2 here. That means what do you understand? a1 t1 is equal to a2 t2. That means a1 by a2 is going to become t2 by t1 is the ratio. Leda t1 by t2 is equal to a1 by a2 by a1, sorry, inverse relation. Inverse relation. So second option is going to be your answer. Understood what I am saying now? Okay. So the next problem. See this next problem here. A gas balloon. This is a balloon. It reaches up to here. A gas balloon reaches up to here with a constant velocity. V is equal to 10 meters per second. It is moving upwards. Okay. It has reached a height of 75 meters. It has reached a height of 75 meters. And from that position, there was one stone which was attached to the balloon, and it continues moving upwards. But at 75 meters, it has thrown the stone, and the stone has reached the ground like this. See, itla potu stone drop చేసాం అనుకో, పోతూ స్టోన్ డ్రాప్ చేస్తే ఆ స్టోన్ డైరెక్ట్గా కిందికి పడదు, కొంచెం పైకి పోయి కిందికి వస్తుంది. అర్థమవుతుందా చెప్పేది? కొంచెం పైకి పోయి కిందికి వస్తుంది. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ నౌ? సో ఏదైనా వస్తువు డ్రాప్ చేస్తే కిందికి వస్తుంది, బట్ పైకి పోయే వస్తువు డ్రాప్ చేసింది అనుకో, కొంచెం పైకి పోయి Is it clear what I am saying now? Then the height of the balloon when the stone strikes the ground means what? E height manaku telusu. We know that height. But what height is asking us to find out? Here, when the stone was dropped, the balloon continues to move upwards. Okay, the balloon continues to move upwards. So like this. And stone when reaches the ground, balloon may reach certain more height, and this height we don't know. We have to find out that height, how much height has reached. But you know that the balloon is going with a constant velocity. V is equal to 10 meters per second. Understand? So now how to find out this height? When you know what time the stone is taking to strike the ground, how much time the stone is taking to strike the ground, that time is going to be same as the time of the balloon from here to here. Am I right or not? That time you have to find out. And what is the formula here? H is equal to half gt square minus ut. When a body is dropped from certain height, then this was the formula which I have discussed here today. Am I right or not? This is the formula I have discussed today. So what is this now? H is 75 half into 10 into t square minus u is 10 into t. So 2 ones, 2 5s. So this is 5t square minus 10t minus 75 is equal to 0. Okay. So then what happens? T square 5 2s are 10 minus 5 1s are 5. 5 5s are 25 is equal to 0. See, 5 3s are 15. Huh? Minus 5t plus 3t. 5t plus 3t. ఇది solve చేస్తే t is equal to 3 seconds, I think is going to be the correct answer if you solve this one. So if you want t square minus 5t plus 2t minus 15 is equal to 0 plus 3t. See, if you add them, you are getting minus 2t. And if you multiply them, you are getting 5 3 is minus 15. So this is going to be this one. So time t, if you common out, t minus 5 plus time t, if you common out, t minus 5. So here if you common out 3. So t plus 3 వస్తుంది ఒకటి and t minus 5 వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. Time will not be negative because time is going to be minus 3 is going to be what we call it is not valid because time cannot be negative. So t is equal to 5 seconds. So time taken by a stone to reach the ground is 5 seconds. The same time this is going upwards. So here we write h is equal to ut minus half gt square. But here velocity is going to be constant, so there is no acceleration. So how much height it is going to travel? H is equal to 15. So this time is taken by it to reach. అదే టైంలో ఇది పైకి వచ్చింది 5 seconds. So 15 5s are అంతేనా? What is your answer? 75 Okay. అంతే కదా, సారీ 50 కదా. What is the velocity? H is equal to u into t. So what is this? 10 into t is 5. So how much it is? 50. So 50 means from the ground how much height has reached means this is 75 and this is 50. Your answer is 125. The height of the balloon when the stone hits the ground is dash meters. The height of the balloon from the ground when the stone has reached is 125. Understood what I am saying now? Already it has crossed 75, but in this time it is still going 50 meters. Hope you understood this problem. Yes. Now, see here. See this problem. See, two cars are traveling towards each other. Two cars are traveling each other, and what was the speeds of the car? 20 meters per second, 20 meters per second. What is the distance between them? 300 meters. Okay. And their retardation means what? Brakes are applied. This is going with a retardation of 2 meters per second square, and this is also moving in this direction with a retardation of 2 meter per second square. So both will come to rest with final velocities 0, and they will stop, and we don't know what is the gap between them after stopping. The distance between them when they come to rest means, for example, this car has come to rest here, this car has come to rest here. What is this gap? We have to find out that gap now. Okay, so I'll take one car now. I'll find out what is the distance traveled by that car now. Both the cars are having same initial velocity, same acceleration. We'll find out what happens. So let us see here now. Okay, so I'll take the first car. Acceleration is there with us. Still, what else is there with us? We have to find out the distance now, isn't it? So what is the formula suitable for this? V square minus u square is equal to 2as. Final velocity, it has to stop here. Okay, so distance you have to find out. Distance is equal to minus u square by 2a. U is 20 into 20 divided by 2 into a is 2. So 2 tens. So first car has traveled 100 meters. Second car also of same type, it is also traveling 100 meters. So from here to here it is traveling 100 meters. From here to here it is also traveling 100 meters. Then still gap is how much? 100 meters. Understood what I am saying now? రెండు స్టాప్ అయినాయి. స్టాప్ అయిన తర్వాత గ్యాప్ ఎంత? This has traveled 100, that has traveled 100. Total distance is 300, means gap is how much? 100. Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay. We shall stop the class today. But I'll give some work to you.